What's up, people? So, normally I'd be doing this from my laptop, but it decided to do Windows updates moments ago, mere segundos. So, iPhone it is. What's everybody up to? Hi, bear. Doing the things, New Hampshire. Hello from Kansas. Hello from not Kansas. So we'll let the room fill up a little bit. We'll talk about what we're going to talk about tonight. We'll do some Q&A. And we'll do all the things. Tree Swinger. Andrew Stanek, what's up, bro? Tree Swinger makes me think that you're a climber, I would hope. Otherwise, you're just into some weird stuff. Let's see. Let's put our... See if the computer will cooperate. Cooperate. No. Miss Hermit Hill, what's going on? Was doing the things, now kicking back with Barry. What's up, Ken, Vic, Scott, Bitcoin, Keyword, Cameron, Tactically Torah, Shalom, bro, Chaim. Yo, yo, yo. All right, if you're new to Tactical Tuesday, this is a Q&A. If you put your questions in all caps, there's a stronger likelihood that we will see it, not guaranteed. If you do a super chat, we will see it. Questions, frequently asked questions. No, I'm not a Jew. This is a Gurkha. Whatever striker-fired, polymer-framed 9mm pistol you feel like buying. Yes, you should move out of the cities. Yes, you should not be coerced into doing a thing you don't want to do when it comes to sticking sharp things in your arm. And what other frequently asked questions are there? Yes, it's the world's, Oklahoma's finest outhouse right back here. 3-door outhouse. We don't eat pork. We like AR-15s. Exhibit A right here. And shalom to all the blue wrenches. Are you vaccinated? Ha, ha, ha. By the blood of the lamb. All right. So, and with that, let's get started. Questions in all caps. Well, that about sums it up for me. Tactically Torah, bless you. And again, I'm on the iPhone, so I may miss them. If I miss them, we've got others here on the porch. Best way to store water. That depends on where you're at. You can see IBC totes right here. I like IBC totes. They're not portable. I also like 55-gallon drums that are not portable. And I also like 7-gallon containers. Loomph, what's up, homegirl? It's a Gurkha. I told you that. Gurkha. Will you run a class in New England? I will not. Philadelphia, Pennsylvania area is the farthest north and east we're going to go. The 7-gallon water cans, Ozark Trail, which is Walmart, makes some of them. They're pretty good. Those work. Use tap water. Yeah, but what about the fluoride? Use tap water because it's been treated and it will keep for a couple of years in your containers. After that, you probably need to add an oxygen additive. So, why no pork? Have you ever tried bacon? Brian Davis, listen, we're 4 minutes into this live stream. Don't make me punch you in the pee-pee. Because we keep Leviticus 11, and I have tried bacon. Have you ever tried beef bacon? Because pigs aren't food. That's why. West Coast classes, when it becomes legal for me to carry this in any one of your states, I will be there. If it's not legal for me to carry that in where you live, I won't be there. 1 drop of bleach per gallon of water. Not for purification purposes. That's a whole nother story. How best to make my homestead defensible? You need a good network of people around you. Every soldier a sensor. Who's heard that one, right? Because if you're fighting a war from your mailbox, you're already dead. So, making your homestead defensible. Good fences make good neighbors. There's so much to that. We talk a lot about that on Patreon. There's so much to that. access and egress, routes and funneling people into where you want them to go. So, small Mylar bags or large for long-term food storage for a family of 4. Bill Williams, good question. I like the large ones, the ones that fit in a 5-gallon bucket, because my thought here is, if Benja S, can I carry a more than 10-round magazine in your state? If the answer is no, then the answer is no. Next, 5-gallon Mylar bags. I like those a lot because my thought is, once I open the Mylar, I'm probably going to be using that stuff pretty quick. I do know lots of people that use the smaller Mylar bags and stack them inside buckets, but you don't get as much in the bucket if you use smaller bags. There's a lot more airspace. Incoming gift for you, Bear. FedEx says 16 September. Sheepdog tanker. Copy that. Thank you very much. Why do we not sell slim kits anymore? That's a good question. The reason we don't sell slim kits anymore is because the fine people, what's up, Rob, at Focus Research, PHOKUS Research, reached out to us and said, hey, that thing you're doing, we also do that, and we patented it. I was like, oh, my bad. And they said, could you please take that off your website? I'm paraphrasing. And we're like, for sure, my bad. And so we did. And they were like, huh, that's really cool. Most people we have to argue with, and then there's litigation, and then it costs us a ton of money to sue them in court. I was like, no, dude, if you did it first, it was a 10-minute phone call. If you did it first, my bad. Sorry, we won't do that again. And they're like, man, y'all are cool. Can we send you stuff? And we're like, I don't know. What kind of stuff do you have? And they're like, you want some wound cubes? And we're like, hell yeah, we want some wound cubes. And so if you've ever been to training and packed compressed gauze or combat gauze trainer into a wound cube, that came from Focus Research. They gave it to us for free because we weren't a bunch of a-holes when our product was infringing on their patent. So operate your businesses with honesty and integrity. And their product's better than ours. If you want a slim kit, go get it from Focus Research, PHOKUS. It's a damn good product. It's for sure better than ours is. The packaging that it comes, it's the same contents, but the package that it comes in is way more robust than what we were using. And so, yeah, it's like thick, heavy, almost like rubberized plastic. It's like an IV bag. So it's, yeah, if you want a slim kit, get one from Focus Research. Diesel or gasoline for a flatbed? Diesel is going to cost you a hell of a lot more money. Well, you get better. You'll get more miles on the engine. You get 300,000 to 400,000 on a 6-liter GM gas engine if you take care of it. So I'd say either, whatever you can get. I wouldn't let the fact that it's not a diesel deter you from getting it if it's a good, reputable truck. My 1-ton has a gas engine in it, and that thing pulls 18, 20,000 pounds regularly without an issue. Sup, Billy Hill? So, well, there's the whole, well, it's a diesel, so she'll pull anything. Yeah, maybe. And I've got nothing against diesel, but gas, the transmission and the gear ratios is really what's going to determine what you're pulling. So, Woodward book. I don't know what that means. I've been to Woodward, Oklahoma. Bear, what's up anyway, Prepper? How do you feel about people from places like, oh, I don't know, let's say Arkansas? I don't know. Don't know if you can trust those Arkansans. Apparently, back in the day, they had an issue with Kansans, and some big family feud happened, and half of them left, and they went to the state that you're in, and they were like, this is Arkansas now, and that's how you got your state. And I don't know if I trust people that can't spell and have family feuds like that. So, no. I love you, bro. You know it. Big Mikey, what's up? Classes in Montana. Not anytime soon. By the way, there are classes up currently for Orlando, Georgia, Birmingham, and Charlotte, North Carolina areas. And so if you ever potentially want a class in Montana, those of you who are in Orlando, Charlotte, Birmingham, and Atlanta should go to those classes so that we can pay our bills and still have a training division to maybe go to Montana. So there you go. Or fly into Atlanta. Generals talking to China. Question mark, exclamation point, question mark. Woodward book, check it out.
Should anti-IR/e-signature be a consideration
In your bug out bag? Anti-IR infrared be a consideration in my bug out bag? No. Too many novels. No. Bug out bag is to move expediently from point A to point B. You could pull a predator and roll around in the mud a bunch, and then you're going to get chafed about a half a mile in, and you're going to die. So, no.
James Randolph said, "Good evening, Bear. Proud to say I had to use my bear bag Friday afternoon. Guy had his arm degloved by a conveyor belt at work."
Okay. James Randolph said that?
Yep.
Where is James Randolph? Okay. James Randolph. I'm looking for a blue ranch. I don't see it. James Randolph. Good evening, Bear. Proud to say I had to use my Bear Fact Friday afternoon. Guy had his arm degloved by a conveyor belt at work. Gosh dang, James. I'm glad you had it. That sucks for that guy. Please shoot us an email, James. Admin at Bear Independent, ADMIN at Bear Independent, with your story. We love to add that, confirm what happened there. If there was a life saved, that'll put us at 26 lives saved, which is phenomenal. Good job using your kit. I'm glad you had a Bear Fact there. And it just illustrates the point that many a time people have the mindset of, I don't wear body armor for a living. I don't need a bleeding control kit. Yeah, you do. So, Alan Hale began 75 Hard with Jordan Peterson's book. Other than the word, what would you recommend? I have been reading The Reluctant Partisan, volumes 1 and 2. What other books have I been reading? Creating a Life Together by Diana Leaf Christensen, which is a recommendation from Pastor Joe Fox. And it does have some hippie stuff in it, but there's a lot of good stuff when it comes to running a mag or a team. There's a lot of really good stuff in there. I would read The 48 Laws of Power by Robert Greene. Probably a lot of y'all need to read Rich Dad, Poor Dad and Get Your Asses Out of Debt. Not One More Inch, thanks so much for the wound care bucket. Fantastic concept, great value. I'll be buying 2 more soon. Y'all are great. You know, Not One More Inch, I appreciate your $5 bill to tell us how you enjoyed spending money with us already. That's awesome. That's a really good sign of a good product. So bless you, brother. Thank you. I'm at Costco and took my mask off. I will not comply. You get some, Rain Cat. General Milley allegedly contacted General Lee, letting him know that he would give the advance warning Trump decided to attack China. Allegedly. Maybe they did, maybe they didn't. I don't understand why y'all think that there's a way to solve a political problem with politics. The end. Fantasy, which rhymes with lunacy-ish. I don't know. I'm fed up. I'm going to do what I can do here with the people that I love so that, we don't slowly starve to death and or get acted upon by violent criminal actors. Robert likes Bitcoin. He can like it all he wants. I don't. I ain't a fan of Bitcoin. But the principles that are in there are GTG, good to go. What's up, Britt Bamry? Arkansas Living just shut up. Shut it down. How do I mark my property lines after I find survey pins? I like to pee on them so everybody in town knows that it's my place. In Arkansas, you can mark your tree line with purple spray paint. You can also run a single strand of fence wire around it. You can hang do not trespass signs or posted signs. Let's see, what else could you do with it? You could take a D8 dozer and go around the perimeter of your property and make you about a 15-foot, 20-foot wide swath of land. and then put stick figures up in it like scarecrows, and just label it no man's land, and then line claymores all up along it with some razor wire and stuff. I don't know what else. Landmines, Tyler Durden for sure. Some landmines is good to go. I probably, position a 12 gauge sawed off shotgun on a tripwire right about ankle level. I don't know. There's lots of ways. I would probably Google your state and property blind and see what you find. Got a deep rabbit hole to go down if interested. Probably not, frankly, at this point. Kurt, son, it's good to see you, but probably not. I'm not interested in any deep rabbit holes at all. Garen Clackley, bless you, brother. Right now, what I'm interested in is what are we going to grow for food this fall season? What are we going to talk about at Sukkot, the Feast of Ingathering, Tabernacles, where we're commanded by the Creator to camp out for 8 days and, Yah forbid, eat food and hang out with people that we love and celebrate how badass He is. Oh my gosh, the burden of this law. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking about.
Is that because you don't have a track hoe?
Yeah, it's because I don't have a track hoe.
You'd be digging like crazy if you had.
Winter wheat, Bear, what's your top 5 fall winter crops? Let's see, that I consume or that I would recommend planting. Winter crops would be like, consumption-wise, potato chips, peanut butter whiskey, Gurkha cigars, ribeyes. I don't know what else. That's all you need. And turnips, and like Tank said, turnips. Thanks for your hard work, Bear and family. TRW, what's up, brother? James Cipriano. Family from northeastern Tennessee invited us to stay with them. 20 acres, chickens, and a garden. They told to GTF out of New York and said, stay with us. Hell yeah, James, you should GTFO. That's awesome, man. What's up, QRF? I'll just buy components from you and build my own Slim kit. Seems more economical. Go for it, homeboy. Cluster fluck. What's going on? Next planting equals whatever Hami wants to put in the freeze dryer. Yeah, that is correct. Favorite meal, ribeye, potato chips, Gurkha cigar, peanut butter whiskey. I'm a meat and potatoes kind of guy, honestly. So what are you going to plant this fall season? We've got herbs in, we've got greens in right now. We've been planting fruit trees. We'll plant some taters. And Nick Baker, thank you so much. Favorite whiskey, Blanton's. What else are we planting this season? Turnips and broccoli and cauliflower and asparagus. The bed is finally coming along. Tips. Oh, hey, what's up, Sergeant Storms? Michael Miller, tips for finding land besides Zillow and LandWatch. Get in a car and drive around and see what you see. 1/10 maybe of what's out there is on Zillow and LandWatch in the rural areas. Prepared mentality. Appreciate you. Arkansas living, outhouse siding fun. Thanks for the $5, homie. We've got it milled. We've just got to shoot it on there with a nail gun. Do you still run AKs after the backdoor ban? Yeah, you know why? I made this comment to somebody the other day and they really didn't like it. If you think I don't have the ammunition that I need to run my platforms already, when I talk to y'all every day about preparedness, you out your damn mind. Yes, the Russian ammo ban in no way affected my ability to feed my platforms. Do I like it? Not even a little bit. Would I be a disingenuous fool to sit here and tell you to go do the things and then not do them myself? Absolutely. You should run from people like that. All the advice that I have given you is based upon the things that I've already done. So, thanks for everything, Bear, to the rafters and beyond, my friend. Agreed. To the rafters and beyond. Lundregan Outdoors. I can't say your name, but I appreciate you. Well, Sergeant Storms, he has all the ammo to not hit anything with an AK at any distance. At least the AK will fire more than one round before it malfunctions. Bro. Oh, man. Plank, speck, eyeballs, ouch. Oh, man. Horgarth. I love the name Horgarth. It sounds like the bass player in a Swedish metal band.
We've either had someone that's consistently asking or a couple people ask for Minuteman loadout. I know you have video.
A Minuteman loadout? I have a video on it. I have several videos on it. Nick Baker, I appreciate you. Minuteman loadout. I just did a video not long ago, six weeks ago, about what I'm running on my loadout. And it's a knife, a radio, a tourniquet, a med pouch, a canteen, 2 pistol mags, 2 rifle mags, a sustainment pouch with basically a little E&E kit in it, and a compass, and a 45 caliber Glock. And it goes with whatever rifle I feel like picking up at the time, although it will very likely be an AR platform. So, yeah, but I've got several videos on that.
Speaking of AR platforms, what are your thoughts on piston-driven ARs?
Piston-driven ARs. If you got one, that's great. If you don't have one yet, I mean, maybe. Well, they're easier to run suppressed. Maybe suppressors have gotten way better. AR platforms have gotten way better. And all that gas and all that dirt's got to go somewhere. So a DI gun, direct impingement, has proven itself to be quite effective, quite reliable. Oh no, the bolt carrier group gets dirty. Well, all that gas and all that dirt is going to end up in the piston rather than the bolt carrier group. Whatever. What's a good compass to get? How about a Kamanga? Right, like this, or a Sunto map compass. Like so. Pop this guy open right here. Looks like this. You pop this little guy open, and then this comes out. By the way, tie this end to you. Whatever your line gear is that this is on, so that if you drop it in the dark, you know where it is. It's attached to you. This is a Kamanga. Like so. Right there. Okay, and this is called a lensatic compass. It does things. It's got tritium vials in it so that you can, it'll light up a little bit at night so you can get an idea of where you are. And now this is $100. If you don't have $100 to burn on a compass, get a Sunto map compass. They're good compasses as well. Sunto, I believe, is the Sunto. And they're about $25 to $30 or so. So. Even Bear Compass does all the things. That's right. So, kosher dad, shaloha. Will you be doing any land nav videos? Yeah, Mass Preppa. What's up, Mass Preppa? I was just talking to Patreon about that last night, 2 nights ago. Yeah, I think it was after sundown on Saturday. I will be doing land nav videos. That will very likely end up on Patreon, which, by the way, is $5 a month. And why do I have to choose between you and TR, Tactical Rifleman? Chris, I don't know. You're going to be well served either way. Carl is a phenomenal human being. He's a great guy. So I don't feel, wait, 2 TVs. Yes, I'm a genius. I think you are. But I wouldn't feel bad at all if you went and watched Carl. He's a great dude. Completed SEER school with an REI thermometer compass. Good for you, bro. What do you think of the new really need some advice, Bear? Lungshot 556. Okay. Put it in caps.
He's spread this out over a while. He was asking for a Bible study to deal with the situation, but he wasn't specific. He said he had to unfortunately sell some of his firearms to pay for a lawyer.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't seen like what, I may have missed it, but I haven't seen what his actual issue is.
What's up, Dark Wolf? Did John and Jolene get in touch with you yet? No, not I'm aware of. Any interest in doing a bit on how to read a compass? Absolutely, that's what I'm saying. That stuff will come on Patreon. It's $5 a month. Also, teaser, not committed yet, but in the near future, the Intel briefs that y'all love, they'll be back on Patreon. Patreon only. So, stay tuned. Looking grizzled, Bear, pun absolutely intended. Bless you. You thin yet, bro? Your thoughts on armor plates? Looking to buy some, not how to plan on getting shot. Are you thin yet? No, I'm not thin. Never been thin, but I'm down 40 pounds. Iron Man, what's up, bro? I'm down 40 pounds on 75 hard, and I've got 2 more days left. So, plates to get. I'll tell you what, after running the shot stop plates, In New Mexico, those things are expensive, but they're super lightweight. Other than that, if you don't want to spend $750 on a pair of plates, go to adventurefrontier.com. Repeat, adventurefrontier.com and get the level 3 plus or the level 4 plates. Let's see here. Justin Mercer, Bear, I'm liquidating my business office while the market is still hot and investing in acreage in the Missouri Ozark region. Thoughts or coomp? Yeah, coup hemp. Go. Go. Southwest Missouri, it's a good place to be. Yeah, those are my thoughts. You should go, for sure. Where can we get a coup hemp t-shirt? You get them from Pastor Joe Fox at Viking Preparedness. And I believe if you go to bonfire.com/coohemp, COOHMP, you'll find them. Good evening from not North Dakota, Heffy Halter. I dropped 50 pounds. I can wear plates without feeling the difference. Well, there you go.
You want to hit the importance of plates for someone that's 6'5", how they still cover the stuff.
Oh, goodness. He's 6'5"? Oh, bro. Yeah. So,
Shouldn't even bother.
yeah. So plates exist to cover your heart and your lungs. Okay? But mostly your heart. And your lungs to a lesser extent. That's what they're for. If anybody gets gut shot, you need a surgeon like now. And the reason we want to cover the heart is because there's 3 ways for you to go into shock. You have hypovolemic, which means you've got no blood left in you. You have less than the volume of blood that you need. You have cardiogenic shock, which means your heart stops, which can be because you've had a heart attack or because it no longer works because a round went through it. And then you have vasogenic shock, which it's ridiculous. It has to do with the dilation of your veins to the point where your blood pressure gets so low that the blood doesn't pump, that you die. And that usually has to do with an allergic reaction and or sepsis. And so the reason we wear plates is to prevent cardiogenic shock, a mechanical stoppage of the heart. Because if you catch a bullet through the heart, there's just nothing we could do for you. You're done for. Lungs, to a lesser extent, there's some things we can do to deal with that. Do you think it's worth to buy abdominal bags and plates? Listen, plate carriers are not an Iron Man suit. Agreed. Yes, you should have plates. Yes, they should fit appropriately. The whole point in having plates is, again, to protect your heart. So, trauma pads as well. Agreed. Badger, Shalom, you get 1 free piece of new heavy equipment. What would you choose? Oh, that's a great question. Currently, what I would choose would be a large rubber tracked skid steer with a bucket, GP bucket, and grapple. Next to that would be a D6 high track with a winch on the back. So, an Abrams A1, that's a good answer. And then maybe like, I don't know, a 320 with a thumb. No killdozer. Bear, why do you kick ass? Shotguns, machetes, because we do the things. That's why. And because the father's badass. Quad nods. There you go. What's up, Joshua? What other questions we got? Hit me. Nice storms. I'll settle for the Vermeer 630 Bravo stump grinder I sold. I'll tell you what, I miss my Vermeer chippers. When I had my tree business way back in the day and I sold all that equipment, I sold it because I had to sign a non-compete. And gosh, I was thinking at the time, I was like, well, I can always get more equipment. How dumb was I? I should have kept the dump truck, should have kept the dozer, should have kept the chipper, should have kept the bucket truck. Should have kept probably a track hoe. What's up, Tabar? So, should have kept all that stuff. A log truck, maybe a log truck's overkill. But a dump truck with a low boy and, a track hole in the back of it, good to go.
Hey babe, you want another one of these? She's picking up.
Do I want another one of these? I want the binoculars. Thank you very much. So here's the deal. I just found out there's, I don't know if you could quite call it embezzling, but there's this grand conspiracy at Refuge Medical when we buy stuff from Uline, which is where we get all the boxes that we ship all of our products in. At certain levels on the size of your order, they give you free gifts. So my wife and Renee are sitting in a double lounger right now that apparently was free from Uline. Not to be confused with the two at least of single lounge chairs that I know of that also came from Uline. To which Stalwart Peacekeeper over here responded, "Oh yeah, I got a hammock from Uline." I'm like, "Oh, you did?" And then, "Oh yeah, this other guy that works there, oh yeah, all of his kids got cups and they got all," I'm like, "Oh really? Okay." So everybody's getting Uline stuff but Bear. And so that table's a piece of junk. You only have to spend $500 to get the piece of junk table. Awesome. What's that?
I broke that thing with these.
You gotta spend
Yeah.
$750 to get that table.
Oh, $750 on the table now. I want the binoculars. Will you ever make it to North Dakota for any training? We will be in the Dakotas in the springtime, probably. Employee perks. There you go. Dragon Shield, what's up, man? I guess it's part of our benefits package. We have rotating Uline, whatever you want.
Is whoever sitting next to Renee when she ordered?
Do you think a backup pistol is necessary in a bug out bag? No, I do not. A bug out bag is to get from A to B as quickly as possible. A backup pistol, a bug out bag? No. A pistol as your sidearm all day, every day, 24/7, 365 for sure. And yeah, well, that's what he said. He's got a Glock with spare mags. That's great. I have 3 spare mags in my bag, not including all the mags that I carry on me. So, but a spare pistol, unless there's somebody that you intend to arm that will be with you, who you trust and who can run it. Double-headed training with you and Rex would be awesome. Well, listen, Heffy Holter, I'm not going to say that's what we're doing. I just look at the screen right now. Are you looking at the screen? I'm not going to say, I can't promise anything, but just look at the screen. Okay. I'll be back in town in 3 weeks.
Thoughts on cotton kills, the clothing for Boba Night?
Overrated. That entire concept is overrated. Yes, cotton kills if you're wet and it's cold and you're in the elements and you have no training and you totally messed up your 12 seasons of survival and you don't have any cover. Yes, and if you're in the appropriate climate. Yes. Where I am, cotton rocks. You know why? Because when you get it wet, then it evaporates again and you're good to go. Well, what about in the winter, Bear, when you're sweating? Get more PT so you don't sweat the moment you put your bag on. Oh, he said it.
Mick Baker gets called out on this. But somehow he knows this. He said the best place to start learning trauma/built battlefield injury medicine.
What? The best place to start learning trauma and battlefield injury medicine? Take yourself to refugetraining.com right now. Right now. Go there right now. Well, Stalwart Peacekeeper throws me that bug spray over there. While I'm spraying my legs down with poison. Thank you. Stalwart Peacekeeper will spam the link. El Cerro del Linco. Thank you, brother.
Found out one more edge. Keep your eye on the store about potential Oklahoma class.
Yeah, keep your eye on the store about a potential Oklahoma class as well, upcoming Texas classes, Northwest Arkansas classes as well. Yeah.
Would you ever consider living somewhere not in the U.S. and if so, where?
would you ever consider living somewhere in the not in the United States, outside of the United States? And if so, where?
Yeah, me personally, I'd be curious what would bring you to that point before you chose to live outside the U.S.
What would bring me to the point where I chose to live outside the United States?
That's my add-on.
Okay. So I'm huge on personal responsibility, including self-defense. What about Wrangler Star? Is Wrangler Star in here? I didn't see him. If he is, what's up, Wrangler Star? If you're not, what's up, Wrangler Star? So I have no interest currently in living, there you go, Dragon Shield, and living outside the United States. Currently, I do not at all like the direction our country is headed. At all. Don't like it. Don't like the writing on the wall. Not excited for what the future holds for us, which is a sad thing to say. But when I look everywhere else in the world with what's going on right now, where are you going to go? Australia, negative. England, negative. Anywhere in Asia, not so much. Oh, what about South America? Belize, they speak English and take the US dollar. I don't know about that. You're not allowed to protect yourself anywhere else. And we are chastised by other people around the world for Americans' love of firearms. Yeah, for show. For show. There's a reason for it, though, because it's cliche, but it's true. An armed society is a polite society. I get a vote in how this thing's going to go. And I do not believe government should have a monopoly on deadly force. So, prepping in Louisiana, what's going on? Now, what would cause me to leave the United States? Overwhelming force. If it just truly was untenable here. And then where would I go? I don't know. I really don't know. Somebody said Poland in the comments. Maybe. They have great beer. They've got VZ58 AKs. You know, well, they're not AKs, Bear. Okay, whatever. They're on 7.6239. So, yeah, beautiful country. They're kind of like Poland is in a lot of ways like Germany and Norway had a love child, you know, which is cool. I get down with that. So, weightlifting routine. I like the bench press. I like the leg press. I like butterflies. Logan Matthias. That's check, Bear. Well, there you go. Hey, Bear, have you done any videos for prepping for people in wheelchairs? I have, and I'll sum up what I said in those videos right now in the next 10 seconds. You know what you need to do, so do it. I don't know what you need to do because I'm not in a wheelchair. You do, so that's what you need to do. You need the same things that everybody else needs. Food, water, shelter, love, security. Figure it out. Figure it out. When are you hitting Vegas? 2 days left in 75 hard. Yes. I have a person. It's my sister, not me. Well, then, Dom, ask her, bro. I have a person who need help through Grindstone. Can't say more in here. Who do I contact and how? You contact admin@grindstoneministries.com and we will assess the need. I'll tell you right now, we make no promises. We got a pretty full plate at the moment, but yeah, send it to us. The VZ58 is Czech is what I meant. Okay, they have them in Poland too, though, bro. I know you know all about these Czechoslovakian firearms, Logan. I know. You're welcome. What brand Mylar bags do you use? The ones that come from Amazon. Or discountmylar.com. What's Oklahoma like with all the reservations? That seems like that would be bad. Perhaps I'm ignorant. You are. It's like everywhere else. Can you talk about your plans for Yom Kippur? No. I'm doing the Day of Atonement, though. And we're going to fast all day and afflict our beings and be prayerful and restful and read the word. And then at sundown, we're going to eat a meal. This person is spamming. Who's spazzing? What's up, dope heathen? What's up? When is the Day of Atonement? Sundown tomorrow. Double tap and hillbilly. Shalom, brother. Sundown tomorrow through sundown Thursday for us. so many questions. Dirty Dan the Trash Man. After 26 years running my own business, I've finally been able to put the right people in positions to do the work. Advice from you played a major role in me being able to do this. It's been such a blessing. More time for doing the things and better live streams. Bless you. Dirty Dan, bless you, man. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. That's awesome, man. Enjoy it. You spent 26 years building it. Enjoy it, man. Enjoy it. Is this a dating live stream? I don't know, MRA. I don't know. Cameron, Shalom. Sukkot idea, single mom, 2 near teen boys, no believers close by, needs to be fun and special. No, it needs to be what the Father says it is. Do what it says. Build you a little sukkah, hang out with your kids, read the Bible, fellowship. Like, I had an awesome Bible study with my 2 olders, 13 and 15, this past Shabbat. And I pull no punches with them at all. At all. I talk to them like they're adults because I expect them to behave like adults to the best of their ability. And I'm just the way I talk to y'all, if not like even less filtered when I talk to them. And I just lay it out for them and I let them ask real legitimate questions. Are you Jewish? Oh, geez, here we go. Yeah, you caught me. My real name is Chaim Ben Judah. I'm not interested in trying to appease them or win their approval. I am interested in conveying to them what the Father says, what the Bible says, from the front of the book to the back of the book, and just doing it. See, here's the thing, right? So we were talking about the Torah, and my oldest had a really great analogy. We were talking about how Torah is the law, and most of us think about the law as like getting drug into court because you broke the law. And there is definitely a way to look at it like that. I like to look at it like the immutable law of gravity. You don't have to believe in gravity. You don't have to like gravity. But if you jump off of a tall enough building or jump out of a tall enough tree, gravity is going to whoop your ass, if not kill you. It doesn't matter if you believe in it or not. And so if you obey the law of gravity, you will be blessed. If you disobey the law of gravity, you will be cursed. And in fact, there's, if you obey the law of gravity, for example, if you honor the law of gravity, like I was saying, like jumping on a trampoline is a lot of fun, right? And that's using gravity to our advantage. And my oldest said, yeah, it's a lot like a roller coaster. Like it's a blast, but you can't have a roller coaster without gravity. And I'm like, yes, that's exactly right. And I love that analogy. I love the fact that she came up with that. But I didn't sugarcoat that and try and make it fun and interesting for him. I just told him what the Bible says. And so, again, that example of, and I'm not trying to degrade you at all, but I think we go out of our way to try and appease our children when we are supposed to please God, not appease our children. The Bible says what it says. The end. Next. And so, yeah, and I like thinking of the Father's commands, his laws, and his right rulings as the law like gravity is a law, not the law like you were speeding and I'm going to drag you into court. Like it just is what it is. It doesn't matter whether you believe in it or not, whether you like it or not. It's real, whether you think it is or not. So, and Paul actually addresses this in the epistles. He said, you freaking heathens, even as heathens, have kept the majority of the Torah because it's really basic, truthful stuff. Yeah, it's really basic, truthful stuff. Anywho, next question. Send it. Bear, it's so dark. How come I can't see you? Not worth seeing anyway. Do you have a plan for when YouTube mandates the jab? Yeah, shalom, y'all. That's my plan. Do you welcome any people who have taken the snake bite into your tribe? Listen, that's a personal choice. I'm not here to issue edicts or credos to anybody, least of all randos that I just met on the internet. That's a personal choice. You do you, but you don't get to tell me what to do. Also, to be clear, we're not taking people into the tribe. Like, the recruiting office is closed, has been closed for a while, but it's way closed right now. So, do you think 10 people for a group is enough, and do they have to be close to you where you live, or it doesn't matter? Shep, 10 people is better than 0, especially 10 people who are truly bought in. And ultimately, yes, you do need to all be close enough together that you can actually assist each other regularly. Otherwise, you're just playing. Are you smoking a Cuban? Nope. A Gurkha.
What would you say the number one thing you learned from doing 75 hard has been?
What would you say the number one thing you learned from doing 75 hard has been? Learned about myself. A good routine matters. Most of the time, by 10 a.m., I owe myself one more PT and just to eat. I've handled everything else on that list by 10 a.m. And I really like looking at it as not, I have to do this thing. I like looking at it as I owe myself this. Hey, whoever's talking shit in the comments, somebody with a blue wrench, just get them. No, I like to think of it as I owe myself this. And having that mindset of I'm doing this not for anybody else. I'm doing it for me, and me will thank me tomorrow. I like thinking of it as I'm doing right now me is doing tomorrow me a favor. You know, I like it when yesterday me was good to today me. You know, and it's basic things. Stay hydrated. Don't eat trash. Be productive. You know, like, come on. So I like that a lot. And if you make it about somebody else, you know, and I have had accountability partners all through this. If you make it about the other person, you're probably not going to succeed. It's about you. Bear, my dog Abel is really interested in you tonight. He's watching intently. Could you possibly say, hi, Abel? Hi, Abel. Good boy. Sit down. Good job, Abel. Kill. What's the biggest thing you feel you thought those closest to you? I don't understand what you mean. You're my age, Bear. I'm 37. Thank you? Question mark. Brian Green, bless you. What grain 9mm round do you suggest for self-defense? I carry everything, mostly 135 plus Ps and 147 plus Ps, comma, all handgun rounds suck for making mechanical stops on people. All of them. I was just talking with a law enforcement officer the other day. 18 rounds fired into a vehicle. One of the rounds happened to break the person's arm. They come out of the car swinging. There's blood spurting out of the arm. And it still took a couple of guys to tackle this person and take them into custody. And this person was stone cold sober, not high on anything. So mechanical stops with a handgun, other than the terminal T, and maybe straight through the heart, not likely to happen. But I like 147s, like I said, in 9mm, of course, and 230 JHPs and 45. Texas T, shalom, brother. Have you tried the FRT rare breed trigger yet? I have not. I am very curious to see what happens with that lawsuit that they got going, though. I believe that ATF will rule it a machine gun, even though it clearly doesn't rise to the level of machine gun per their own definition. That being said, I think ATF will just issue a mandate, issue a ruling, and it'll be what it'll be. But I really, really, really like the concept of it because it's, per function of the trigger, and that's what it's doing. Jason S., thank you so much. What else we got?
What happened with that Liberty Defense ammo
That Liberty Defense ammo?
Yeah.
I don't remember. I don't remember what it did.
He had it for a long time and then he stopped carrying it. Something happened.
He shot something with it and it didn't do what it was supposed to do. I don't remember. Yeah, the ATF decided that a shoelace could be a machine gun. So yeah, exactly. Screwball, is there a preparedness concept that you used to believe but you've changed your opinion on? Absolutely, great question. Not one more inch. It's yes, I lived in the wrong place. I used to think that if I lived in the suburbs, I'd be okay. And you know what? We just got back from a supply run to the suburbs of Laplace, Louisiana, that is a literal hellhole. And no, the only way that people are still carrying along mostly civilized there is because the law enforcement is out and in force, and there are thousands, if not tens of thousands of people who have come to help. That ain't gonna happen post-event, bro. And so I've 100% changed my mind on that. I think that population density really matters. I tell you guys this all the time. But yeah, I used to think that it was doable in the suburbs. And then I realized no matter how well prepared I was surrounded by people who weren't. And then if you think about, well, I'm just going to feed and protect everybody around me and I'm going to weaponize them so that they're my own little security force that I'm good to go. Okay, we brought 4 tons of food to Louisiana. 4 tons of food. 4 tons of food. And it lasted, drum roll please, 4 hours. I don't know how much food you got, but the whole I'm going to feed the neighborhood thing, that's literally what we are doing in Louisiana right now. Feeding the whole neighborhood by the semi-load. You don't have that much stuff. I don't have that much stuff. It ain't going to happen. So, 4 tons. My neighbors are cows and corn. They aren't coming to take my food. I like that. Do you still, that's a good question. Do you still deal with imposter syndrome? Does that ever go away? So, well, Loomf, I know that you're getting into content creation more seriously now. Imposter syndrome is a real thing. I had to, for a long time, I was like, man, who am I to speak about this? And that voice of doubt, frankly, I think comes from the enemy. And it's just to keep you from sharing your light. Do I still deal with it? Yeah, occasionally. Occasionally I do. But then I remember, all right, what am I talking about? Oh, I know this stuff. And it really helps to talk about things that you know. Things that you've done. Things that you are completely convicted about. You're not trying to, and I'm not saying that you would, but you're not trying to make anything up. You're not trying to remember a storyline. You know, people get it all the time. You know, I get this comment all the time. It's like, well, yeah, Bear, you've already said that. You've already said that. You've already said that. Yeah, it's because it's basic stuff. It's basic stuff, people. And so much so that it's frustrating sometimes. Like, how many times do you need me to say the same basic stuff over and over again? But imposter syndrome's a real thing. And at least for me, the way you combat that is by actually taking stock of what you're about to say. And do you know? And yeah, you know. And if you don't know, I don't really know about this type of tomato that I'm going to shoot a video on, then do the research. And be honest when you shoot the video. Don't come out, well, you know, I'm Loomf and I know all about the Smart Water tomato is the best tomato for slicing because of Bob. No, hey guys. What's up? It's Loomf, and this tomato here is the Smart Water tomato, which I've never heard of. It's probably GMO because this thing's made of plastic, and we're going to try it out and see what happens. And so there's a lot of honesty in just saying, you know, I don't know. Let's figure it out. But yeah, imposter syndrome is a real thing. And getting over it, it's just reps. It's just reps, homegirl. Just do as many reps as you can. And yeah, that's the other thing too, is don't overthink it. Paralysis by analysis. Just go and be truthful and you'll do fine. You're doing fine. You're doing a great job. So yes, I heard the Army purchased $15 million worth of Glocks. I guess SIG wasn't good enough. I need some of this fan right here. It is over there. It's just me. Oofta. What else we got? Bippity boppity boo. Oi! Sugar Farms. What do you think about Glock making a rifle? I don't care. I don't. Like, maybe it's cool. I don't ever need to buy another rifle. Ever again. And I like Glock pistols because they work. All the rifles I have tend to work too. Well, you got that stuck casing in that Palmetto one time. It'd been cleaned 3 times in 4,000 rounds. I think a stuck casing was well deserved. So, let's see. New on the scene, love the content. What's up, Sober Party? You did not know that Loomf had vids? Wake up, Arkansas living. Any thoughts on the 9mm PCC for a backup gun? I think they're great. They can even serve as a primary. I wouldn't carry a PCC as a backup gun. I would use it as in a subgun roll, submachine gun roll, for, you know, up out to maybe 200 yards, but really out to 100 yards, they can make a lot of sense. Now, and if you're going to go with something like an AR-9, I'm just going to say no, because why? Same weight, same battery of arms as a 5.56 AR pistol. Just get an AR pistol, you get a lot more stopping power. You get a lot more energy on target with a 5.56 than you do with a 9mm, right? That's why we use the 9mm to fight our way to the 5.56 in the first place. But that being said, a PCC and a subgun roll, good to go. Patrick McDonald, sup? Grand Power Strybug is awesome. How long did it take to... you know, Lloyd, I made a note on my 75 hard yesterday that I felt like I could finally like really breathe again. So, that long.
This long shots,
Okie Storm Chaser, yup.
this long shots issue was that his girls are being taken out of school after having been with him for 2 years.
Need way more context.
He said he posted it, but I didn't see it on the other.
How's that HRT plate carrier holding up? I have no idea. We gave it away on Patreon a year ago. I'm guessing pretty good.
No, yeah. He's missing his dollars that were stolen from him.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. What is the site you have with all the other content? Patreon. Patreon.com. Patreon. Patreon.com. Just search for Bear Independent. You'll find us there. How do you make decisions with what Torah laws to follow? You do all the ones that you can. You don't follow the hair or clothing commandments, but follow food laws. I'm confused. Thanks. You're awesome. Well, first of all, how do you know that I don't follow the hair or the clothing?
Yeah. I already told him. I believe everything from one cover to the other.
Yep.
There's no picking and choosing.
Yeah, we do all of it to the best of our ability, bro. We do all of it. We don't pick which ones. You do the ones that you can do. I'm not from Minnesota. We have a dear friend and brother who says oofta, and we love it. So we all adopted it. It just feels right. Oofta. I'm gonna buy a wound care bucket very soon based on PGF's review. I thank you. Renee curses you. But
I love it.
have you used any long-term food storage up lately to check viability regularly? Do you realize your voice was teaching, impacting thousands? When did you realize that your voice was teaching, impacting thousands of people? Great question. The most impactful thing for me is that I know of one particular video of mine has kept 15 people from committing suicide that I know of that have reached out to me. And that is huge. That is absolutely incredible to me. And when I started getting emails like that, that's when it got really, really real. I don't like YouTube, but I love y'all. That's just the God's honest truth. And I feel many times that the Father has given me the ability to communicate in a way that resonates with y'all and has given me things that I'm supposed to say to y'all, including your life has value even if some bad shit has happened to you. Especially that some bad shit has happened to you. So when I started getting those emails, it got really, really real. And it has stayed real. And I have said over and over, when I start taking this for granted, I'm out. I'm done. And there's times I walk right up to that line. But frankly, on this side of the camera, I'm like, F this. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm not one of those people that wakes up and is like, I can't wait to shoot a video about 12 reasons you need to carry a flashlight in your bug out bag today. I don't care. I want good people to be prepared for what's coming. I'm not trying to hype up. I'm not trying to simply sell shit. I like selling shit because it's real good stuff. Made in America, guaranteed forever, 25 lives saved. But I'm not all about my subscriber count. I'm not all about my YouTube revenue. I'm not all about my traffic. I want to make profit. Without any profit, the business goes away. It means we can't do this anymore. That's capitalism. But I don't love YouTube. I really, frankly, I don't. And y'all who have been here a while have seen me get frustrated. You've seen me scream. You've seen me shut down live streams because I'm so pissed I can't talk anymore. You've seen it happen. But the Father just keeps bringing me back. I feel like I've got to keep speaking while I can.
And I remember the guy coming up at our first training up north.
Uh-huh.
He comes up to me and says, "There's your video."
Yeah.
Saved his life.
Yeah.
It wasn't the bareback that saved his life.
Yeah. It's incredible.
Good job.
It's incredible. The Hayes brothers, thank you for what you do, Bear. It's great to see someone so serious about the Father and his laws. He meant what he said, period. Amen, brother. Thank you. So, that's when I first became aware of the impact that we were having. And now, a lot of the bear sightings that have been happening, that's what we call them, by the way, is bear sightings, have been happening at gas pumps where somebody will be like, hey, you watch that YouTube thing? And I'm like, yeah. They're like, huh, you into preparedness? Yep. You ever heard of that bear guy? Yeah, you're talking to him. Gosh dang, I knew it was you. Hey, honey, come here, get out of the truck. It's the bear man. Can we get a picture? And I'm like, oh my gosh, okay. And praise Yah, this keeps happening. And then you talk to these people, and it's like 3 out of the 5 people in the last few months this has happened to have moved from where they were to where they are now because the Father put the conviction on their heart. And sometimes he used the words that come out of my mouth to put it there. That's insane to me. And yet I still can't not say it. I still can't. I can't keep this mouth shut when it comes to what the Father wants me to say. So yeah, Tommy Salter. What's up, brother? Yeah. Celebrity, right? Oh, here, I think I need to move this so for lighting reasons. Oh, snap. I'm new to your channel. Are you Messianic? I am too. Well, brother or sister, I didn't catch your name. We're pretty dang close. I am a Torah observant follower of Messiah. I'm not Jewish. I'm not Christian. I'm not really Messianic. I read the Bible and do what it says. I keep a biblical calendar, not a Jewish calendar. But I've got no interest in arguing about dates and appointed times and sighted moon or blah blah. I don't care about any of that. Anybody who confesses Yeshua is Messiah, that Jesus is the Christ, and is doing their best to walk in the convictions of their heart as put there by the Father, I can fellowship with. And yeah, so I obey the Torah to the best of my ability, not because my works will save me and bring me into the presence of the Father, but because of the love that I have for Yeshua and the fact that he could save a wretch like me, and did. So I do it out of obedience and love to him. Because, frankly, to call yourself a follower of Messiah and then not do what he did, I think, I'll just be polite, makes you mistaken. And he very clearly, in the Brit Hadashah, the New Testament, the renewed covenant, he kept the feasts. He observed the Sabbath. He ate clean. He wore the Zitziot. He did the things. Read the Gospel of John. How many times does he have to say, keep the commands? So that's what I do to the best of my ability. You may not have saved my physical life, but you sure led me back to my spiritual one. Now I'm putting in the work, and everyone I know has noticed. Thanks. Chris Haynes, bless you, brother.
Jonathan Hay, who's been reading through Numbers, he noticed the various tribes of Israel were given jobs based on their tribe.
Mm-hmm.
So drafted in. How do you think those commandments affect us?
So, Jonathan Hayes has been reading Numbers and has noticed that various jobs were given to the 12 tribes of Israel, since we're grafted in, which, by the way, great picking that up. Yes, we are grafted into the tree of life, which is Israel, drum roll. Since we're grafted in, how do you think that affects us who are grafted in? Well, Shaul of Tarsus, the Apostle Paul, addresses this in his epistles. You know, to one is given prophecy, to one is given speaking in tongues, to one is given music, to one is given teaching and instruction, right? Like, you have a gifting, do that, do your job. Giftings, talents, delights. It's something that we talk about all the time here. So, do what he has enabled you to do. Whatever that calling is that he's given you. You know, we, Stalwart Peacekeeper, uttered the phrase, and I loved it, Neo-Levite. I like the idea of that, Neo-Levite. Because the Levites were in service to the tabernacle, the Father's dwelling place. But they also carried swords, and they taught and they instructed the people. They assisted with the priesthood. But they also got their damn hands dirty. I like it. And they were the repository for the Father's word. In the age of the kings of Israel, the Levites were scattered amongst the 12 tribes, so that there would always be a copy of and an understanding of the Torah for the instruction of the people. And so, if that sounds like you, maybe you're a Neo-Levite. How do we discern what our talents are? The thing that you think it is, it is. Stop listening to all the lies that are coming out of your brain. That's what it is. Just like Lumpf asked earlier, imposter syndrome. That's just trying to keep you from speaking, because the world needs to hear what you have to say. On a lighter note, send it.
We got a birthday.
We got a birthday?
Tamar's Seven's wife,
Ta-
Hacker Games,
Hacker Games.
is 20 years old.
20 years old.
Coughing perpetually.
Wow. So, Tavar, robbing the cradle over here.
She's
She's always 20. Hacker Games is her name. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Hacker Games. Happy birthday to you. And many more. There you go. Cha cha cha. Thank you, Jay Johns. Yes. Yeah, where's Abby when we need her? Mine is tomorrow. And you too, Ronnie Davis. Nailed it. Thanks, Tora. Yeah, see, there's my gifting right there. I'm pretty good at singing happy birthday.
What, I forget his name, but he's a long time listener, first time caller.
Uh-huh.
What powers your well? Solar, municipal, and home?
What powers my well? Grid electricity and a large pump coupled with a small solar array and pitcher pump that is not installed yet. We need one of those. What am I doing over there? Priming my well, honey. Remember that. By the way, we have multiple wells. Good question, though. Backwoods Bassin, what's up? You need to do a birthday singing on every live stream. Okay. Maybe I'll just download Cameo and, yeah. Anyway, what other questions we got? I have a Haas 400 sitting in the yard and love it. Nice. How many watts generally necessary to power a water well? Depends on the pump, bro. How deep's the well? 120 or 240 volt pump. How many amps? You're basically dealing with amperage here. Volts and amps, which is going to determine how many watts you need, which is going to be dependent upon the depth of the well. And the bore diameter, is it a 6 inch? Is it an 8 inch? Is it a 4 inch? Is it it's probably a 6 or an 8. Best email for refuge medical questions. sales@refugemedical.com. Michael T, what's up? Too many questions to ask. Bear B-Day Cameo is now in the online store, $25. Don't tempt me, Chris. I'll do it. I'll do it. Yeah, because we'll be singing happy birthday all day. Like, hey, did you do all those business things? Nope. It's HBDs all day. Just HBDs.
What was that restaurant back in the day? They didn't ask for ID or anything when you came in and said that it's so-and-so's birthday. They just
Yeah.
free cake.
That sounds like Bennigan's.
Bennigan's.
Was it Bennigan's? Yeah. Bennigan's is.
So, like, people always used to just
That's awesome. Did you dig your own well? Negative. It was here when we got here. We could come up with a 24/7 B-Day loop. I like it. Hydroponic gardening, 3 question marks. Go for it. Loomf knows about Bennigan's, right? For sure. Nephilim body bags needs to be sold. Okay, I'll get right on that. What's your thoughts on booby traps for your property? You know, the best defense is a good offense. I would have a patrol of shooters 24/7, 365. Wink, wink, nudge, nudge, try me. I'd much rather react to contact in that way. Dude, I moved to South Dakota in my Suburban. You can do it. The heartland is all of what's left America, and it's beautiful. Agreed. Northern New Mexico, Skywatch 4, what's up? All fit in our tribes, man. Are there any Bennigan's open anymore? I have no idea. So I would Google it, but I'm talking to you on my phone. There's what?
Our blind date that we met, our blind date.
Was it?
Yeah.
My first official girlfriend was a waitress at Bennigan's. She had all the flair. That's what I was attracted to, was all of her pins and ribbons. I was like, oh man, you know how to work. I'm down with that.
So I don't know if this will make more sense to you or not.
Mhm.
Overville Automotive asks, Bear, have you looked at the DSS calendar yet? DSS org. My friend Ken Johnson has done his best to get it right.
I have not. I don't know. I don't know about the DSS calendar. Shabba-dabba-doo. All right, what are the questions we got? Opinions on the best types of alternative communication. Got several videos here on YouTube about commo and a couple on Patreon. I'm not the commo guy. I'm the guy that makes sure the commo guys have what they need so they can make commo, because I'm not the commo guy. So you were just wanting Bennigan's leftovers. Yeah, you caught me. What's up, Romans?
Tommy Salter asks,
Are things screwed up enough to fly the flag upside down? Yeah, I think so. Send it.
I have input on that though.
Okay.
Why give anyone notice?
Stalwart Peacekeeper says, why give anyone notice? So, yep.
I understand it for a forward operating base or an embassy or something.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's coming to help them.
Mm-hmm.
Are you expecting a different army to show up and help you? It's just giving away your mindset.
Need trauma kits, suggestions, refugemedical.com. Handmade, made in America, guaranteed forever, exceeds military specification, 25 lives saved in the last 18 months, confirmed. Have our own training division, Orlando, Atlanta, Charlotte, Birmingham, all on the docket currently, refugemedical.com. Somebody said, what copy of the Bible do you use? It's the scriptures. I talk about it every Friday at 5 p.m. and every Sunday morning, I think at 8 a.m. is there. You'll see videos of me reading the Bible.
I think people get so confused when you say the scriptures because they think it's another word for the Bible.
They think I'm referring to the Bible. It's called the scriptures, right there.
Like, that's the thing. They're like, no,
Yep.
who's on first?
Yep.
Well, what's the name of the Bible?
So, and I have an entire video on why I like that translation. So I would recommend, if you have questions relative to that, just go watch that video, because I don't want to rehash that 20-minute video here. Euphrates River is drying up. That's biblical. Agreed. Shalom, Hans. What's up?
Sandy Owens said, so how does a single mom go from American Bible culture to Torah study? No male covering, not looking either, so how do I go about that?
How does a single mom go from American Christian culture to Torah? I have no male covering. So, okay. And not necessarily looking for male covering. So, how do you know a woman that your righteousness won't win over your husband? There's nothing against you pursuing righteousness, which we know from Luke 1 verse 6, that blamelessly walking in the commands of Yah. Yes, that's what it says in the New Testament, the renewed covenant. Blamelessly walking in the commands of Yah is accounted to righteousness for the parents of John the Baptist. So, there's nothing against you doing that. Pursue the word, do it to the best of your ability, understanding that at some point, if you ever find yourself underneath a covering, there's a set of rules for that as well. How do I donate to Grindstone Ministries? Grindstoneministries.com. Right there. .com. Refugemedical.com is not where you donate. It's grindstoneministries.com. But you can buy cool bear facts there. I'll probably be at the Orlando class. Well, I will probably thank you for your purchase when you get it, bro. Sup, cat? Bear, do you allow someone to come to your place and train for a few days? Absolutely not. Nope. We are... No. Pastor Joe did a video on his Patreon a 3 days ago talking about his stance currently, his focus currently. And he said there was one line in particular that stood out to me because it just felt right. It's exactly how I feel. Now is not the time for us to have strangers inside of our gates. That's exactly how I feel. And you may be the coolest thing since sliced bread, but I don't know that. And there are a lot of people that I love inside of our gates, and I don't want bad things to happen to anybody, including you. So, this place has always been by appointment only. Always been by appointment only. And right now, we're not making any new appointments. We have somebody who just come into camp that we've known for years. We have been getting to know them for years. And that's why I encourage y'all, date each other, fall in love, do the things, have something that you can agree in as a guiding light that's bigger than yourself and your opinion of right and wrong, which for us is the Bible. So, no. The people who train on property are the people who live on property. We train other people elsewhere. Not that we're opposed to training other people elsewhere, but it's just not wise for me to let people that I don't know. I mean, the best people on the face of the earth don't come to my place. We're just not there. What's that? Word. Can I get an amen? Amen. Brother, where are you at in 75 strong? 75 hard, day 73 right now, day 73. And my mantra for the last couple of days has been finish strong. Finish strong. Just do the damn things. It doesn't matter. I don't want to, it sucks. I don't want to. Finish strong. Don't be a itch. Ice Age Farmer is still posting on Telegram, folks. Okay. I quit using Telegram when phones came out.
Someone asked if anyone noticed if
Oh. I haven't. Maybe I'll text him later and inform him that he's missing. It's the same thing with Kyle from Survival Prepping for Normal People. Bear, did you know that Kyle's missing? He's not missing. You're missing him. There's a difference.
He doesn't live in the church, and he actually has like.
Pete the Finesse said, just received my 3 scripture Bibles, wound bucket, and adventure kit. Thank you for doing the things there. I've also been closer to God thanks to your Bible study videos. God bless you, brother.
Awesome. Awesome.
I have an interesting question for you. How did you meet your closest tribe members when you were growing up in the prepping community? And I just laughed at how each of us got here is so and it has like, there's no way to describe.
How did I get my closest tribe members? In the beginning,
Yeah.
Elohim created the heavens and the earth. Genesis 1:1. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God and was God. Gospel of John 1:1. That's how I got the closest people around me. And I am telling you, we moved to this property damn near 4 years ago, and I was alone and lonely. And I'm like, Father, why did you bring me out here to be alone? This sucks. And he's like, simmer down, kid. I've got stuff for you to do. You just don't know what it is yet. And I'm like, well, if you could tell me, that'd be great, because then I could do it. And he's like, did you read your effing word today? And I'm like, huh, touche. And he's like, yeah, I'm God, bro. And I was like, oh, my bad. And so I read my word, and I did. Yeah, this is how me and God talk to each other. Except he also punches me in the face a lot. But I read my word, and I prayed, and I did my best, not the best. I did my best to be obedient to the convictions that he gave me. And one by one, people who were supposed to be here started showing up here. And every single person who's here has a story that most people would think impossible and or incredible, us included. And so, like I said, we don't recruit. The Father recruits for us. We've had a lot of people who have tried to be here, and it just wasn't a good fit. And that's okay. It took me a long time to realize Yah's people and my people aren't necessarily the same thing. So,
Yeah, it's a whiskey bourbon analogy.
it's a whiskey bourbon analogy. That's exactly right.
I was like, when you were saying
They're
you were
all-
like so lonely.
We're all Yah's people. We're
Yeah.
all our people.
Yeah.
Yes.
But that directly leads into,
Dudley, shalom.
you might want to, I could type it, but it's not as impactful as you're saying it. Boo's Corner gave some very bad advice to move to eastern Oklahoma, set up a homestead, and cross paths with you. And
Yeah, that doesn't always go over well.
Move to eastern Oklahoma, set up a homestead, and then cross paths with me. There are people, just so we're clear, whom we have met at gunpoint who have done that. I'll repeat, just because somebody's God's people doesn't mean they're my people. And orchestrating a way to bounce or bump into bear, or orchestrating a way, you think we can't feel people trying to slither into our lives? We can, and it makes us think very lowly of you. A lot. The amount of respect that I have for somebody who tries subversive means to become a part of my life. No, fanboy fail. Exactly, Jay Johns. No bueno. If you're supposed to be here, the Father, it's just like grindstone deployments. You don't come to a grindstone deployment because I'm going to be there. You come because it's what the Father wants you to do. You don't uproot your life and move to eastern Oklahoma and build a homestead in the hopes that you'll run into me because I'm here. No, you do what God told you to do, what the Father told you to do. Yahweh, your Elohim, the creator of the heavens and the earth, what he told you to do. Don't come here for me. I'm a man. I will disappoint you. I will piss you off. I piss me off. I disappoint me off on the regular. So if you put your hope in me, you're screwed. You don't do that for me. And we smell that garbage from a mile away, and those people don't make it into our lives. And you know what happens? They get more and more and more desperate, and we have to push them farther and farther and farther away. And if you don't think we don't pull guns on people, had to do it several times, believe it or not.
we don't carry them as fashion.
Yeah, they're not just there because we like them. Oh, I want to rub my Glock today. No, we take it really, really, really seriously. Because again, the people that I love are here. It happens, says Dudley. Exactly. Michael Martinez, bless you. The people that I love are here, and we don't just let people in. And I don't think kindly of people who orchestrate subversive means to run into me either. That's called an ambush. And my react to contact drills are good. Ain't great, but they're pretty damn good. So, what else we got? Robert Holiday, what's up, brother?
So a few people are asking us, where's a good place to come
Where's a good place to come out
out of?
of her?
Dakota,
The
or
Ozarks.
New Hampshire?
I wouldn't go to New Hampshire. It's one little tiny dot of red surrounded in the sea of blue, and then Canada.
People are asking about Appalachia.
Guys, I talk about what I know. I've lived and worked in the lower 38 of the lower 48, a lot of the times, first of all, things have changed. It's been 15, 20 years since that happened. Second of all, a lot of the time I was so busy working that I wasn't really paying attention to what was going on in the communities. I know eastern Oklahoma fairly well. I know western Arkansas fairly well. I know southwestern Missouri fairly well. I know northern Texas fairly well. And out of all of those, I like eastern Oklahoma the most, but you'd be well served in any of those places. Genesis, the son will come, and there will be a son. Exactly. Bereshit, the first words in the Old Testament, is a prophecy of Yeshua. Who'd have thought? Exactly. Listen to the Father. He will place you where he wants you. Exactly, tactically, Torah.
And if he really wants you to go, there's
And that's a good point, too. If he really wants you to go, you're going. Jonah, Nineveh, anybody? By the way, have you ever looked at Nineveh on a map? You ever looked at where Jonah was and then looked at where Nineveh is? I'm telling you, that whale was good at swimming. It's a not close thing. The still small voice. Yep. wish this were cash, but thanks, Bear. Bless you. Biden is the Antichrist? Wait, people hate him so he can't be. You think that guy's the Antichrist? Negative. Can you recommend places close to Connecticut to move? Nope. The closest to Connecticut I would recommend moving is Western Pennsylvania. And even then, question mark. Guys, people move. Study history. People move. Oklahoma right now is great. You know, during the Dust Bowl, people were moving from Oklahoma to California for work. Check that out. People move. It's the human condition. We've gotten soft and spoiled. Well, I don't want to leave my job. You have no right to a job. I have no right to a job. We have no rights to anything except life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. A few others as well, because we hold all of these truths to be self-evident. And among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. You have no right to have to stay in Connecticut or stay in Oklahoma or move. That's what people do. They move. Well, it's so inconvenient. Yeah, you know what's inconvenient? Death. What do you say to people, Hunter LaRusso, in the military that are forced to get the vax? Not that I don't support the vax, I just don't support totalitarian, authoritarian government, nor do I. You always have a choice. You just may not like the consequences of the choice that you have to make. You don't get to tell me what to do. Period. The end. I'd be out in a heartbeat. Well, my retirement. You have no expectation. Oh, well, you ruined my plan of being in for 20 and getting out on a full pension and blah, blah. You know what? Shit happens. How deep are your convictions? Or is it just verbal? I mean, see, when I say, no, I'm not doing that, I've made up my mind. It will never happen. It will not happen. No, I am not doing that. Is that where you are? Because if the answer is maybe, you will do it. You'll capitulate and you'll do it. And if you want to do it, that's fine. But you will never make me do that. My brother passed away and I didn't know how I was going to pay for his funeral. I prayed and I heard listen to Bear. After watching my first vid from your channel, I started with the Old Testament. I got a phone call from someone I don't know and they donated the rest of the money that I needed for the funeral. I'm listening to the playlist while working like a podcast. Clarence Marino III, praise the Father, man, that's awesome. That is totally the Father. See, look at that. Absolutely awesome. I'm sorry your brother passed away, I really am, but the Father will not leave you or forsake you, right? Turn to him, repent, teshuva, that's what repent means. It means to turn, teshuva, turn to him. Yeah, and I would pray that he gives you the peace that surpasses all understanding, bro. I'm sorry your brother died. I really am. That sucks. It's gonna be okay. See, that's the other thing too. Memento mori. Remember, you will die. We will all die. 100%, like, humanity has a 100% mortality rate. Other than Yeshua and Enoch and maybe one other dude. Melchizedek? Yeah, he was Yeshua, just by another name. So, a 99.9 to the 10th power mortality rate. For our intents and purposes, a 100% mortality rate. You will die. Just like that bug. You'll be up there cooking on the bug zapper. You will die. And so because you will die, what are you doing to actually live? I mean, really live. What impact are you having? What legacy are you leaving? How is not the world better because you existed, but your family, your friends, your tribe? How are you better today than you were yesterday? It is really good for a man. I don't know for a woman because I've never been one. By the way, it's not biologically possible for me to be one either because #testosterone. It is really good for a man to reflect upon his own mortality. You will die, non-negotiable. And when you die, what are people going to say at your funeral? How many people are going to miss you? do those people matter? Is it going to be just lip service, or there will be legitimate weeping and gnashing of teeth? What legacy do you leave? There'll be a lot of bad dad jokes, says Fo. I am down. So we all die. I'm sorry your brother died. I really am. But for me, the lesson in that is we all die. My dad died 6 months ago. I hate that shit. I don't like it. But I learned a lot from the man. What to do and what not to do. Even in his passing, I learned I don't want to have constructed my life in such a way that when I die, I live alone in a house without any real meaningful connections to anybody else. That shit's sad. I loved my dad, but he's gone. We all die. It's gonna happen. And so if we're clinging to life without bringing any real value, if we're trying to extend this life just for another moment of ease and comfort, for what? To what end? To what end? Why? I'd rather do something meaningful than simply extend an otherwise worthless life. And you know, that's something that really gets people's hackles up, the concept of a worthless life, as if the fact that you have breath in your lungs somehow makes you special. The only thing that makes you special is the spark of life of your soul that belongs to the Father and was fearfully and wonderfully created in His image. That's what's special about you. The rest of it is just flesh and blood and bone and sinew. So, hanging on to the flesh and blood and bone and sinew so you can have another day of comfort and ease is bullshit. Do something that matters. And I worry that too many people don't actually know what matters. They don't even know what to do that does matter. And they will fold like a cheap card table once the pressure is applied. And we're just getting started, man. We're just getting started. Bear, who is your hero? That's a good question. I idolize no man. I really mean this when I say this. This is not me like virtue signaling. I think very highly of what Moses went through. I think Joshua was a great leader. And I enjoy reading about Joshua. And I recognize in Yeshua, in Jesus, if you read the Gospels, I recognize when he just wants to throw his hands up and rebuke his apostles because they're not listening. Or he walks into the temple and there's people buying and selling and he's like, screw this shit, I'm gonna go braid a whip and flip some tables over. I get that. I totally get that. Heroes. I've been blessed to know a lot of really badass people. I've been blessed to work under and work with some really great mentors. I don't idolize anybody, man, because remember, we all die. And there are people that for sure have exhibited incredible courage and acts of heroism. And I think that's great. Courage is a muscle. John Mosby, the Mountain Gorilla blog, just posted something on Patreon yesterday or today talking about courage is a muscle and you should exercise it. And I agree. But I don't idolize anybody. And I'm really not interested in having anybody idolize me. And I really am not interested in trying to impress anybody other than I do, to be frank, seek the approval of the people that I love because I know that their approval is based in righteousness. And so if I'm out of line, they're going to tell me. And if they're out of line, I'm going to tell them. Bear, do you believe in the rapture? There it is. Nope, I don't. I believe you should read your Bible.
Badger had a good question.
Badger had a good question.
How do you deal with the single-digit littles for the Day of Atonement?
How do you deal with the littles on the Day of Atonement? They're not of an age of accountability. Give them snacks, let them eat, let them drink. They're not of an age of accountability. Yeah, be an example. Yeah, definitely talk about it. Maybe let them stretch it a little bit, but they're not of an age of accountability. My teenagers are of an age of accountability. They will be doing atonement because they can understand it. The 5-year-old, she could get it, maybe a little bit, but not a lot bit. Nixon introduced the petrodollar system 50 years to the day Afghan was lost. Jubilee. If you think the Jubilee has anything to do with a political system of worldly men, I would disagree. The Jubilee comes from Yah. But again, the enemy is a copycat and a liar. And so it doesn't surprise me that things that are not of the Father would try and line up with the Father's timetable. What, baby? Can you get something to eat? No way. What are you going to eat? A whole elephant?
Yeah, I think so.
A whole elephant. You're going to have one whole elephant.
Okay.
Yeah. But you got to cut it up with a spoon. Sound good? And you got to start with the trunk. Okay? Okay. And then eat the toenails. Okay? All right. Local American Shalom, brother. Thank you. Bear, your dating advice, how to find a good wife, catch her interested in your company, etc., blah, 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 for all the single fellers out here. It'd be fun to hear. I don't know. Tried to hook a brother up with 3 wives walking down the highway the other day. And they weren't for having it. I would... Yeah. I honestly don't know. Other than... Whatever you're into, go be into it and pray to the Father to send you somebody who is right for you when the timing is right. And that person will appear. I found my wife, praise Yah, 6 months after I had given up on ever being in another serious relationship. And my heathen mindset at the time was, I know how to get what I want when I want it. I'll just go get it. And other than that, I am done trying to live with these women. Not doing it. And then the Father laughed at me. And then I met a woman named Harmony. And then I fell in love. And then 9 days later, I told her. And we've been together basically nonstop, inseparable ever since. So...
God pulled a, oh, bless your heart.
Yeah. Yeah, the Father's like, oh, that's cute. What's this? Boom. So... Yeah. Forrest and Renee met on a blind date. I mean, I would just be open to the Father working in your life, and then go do, man. Just go do. You really like fishing? Go fishing. Go buy some fishing stuff. Maybe you'll bump into a nice lady in the fishing aisle or whatever. Or find a fishing club or a bowling thing or a pressure canning or the whatever, man. The shooting range, whatever. Just go be a good human. Your vibe attracts your tribe, right? Yeah, and like Jay John said, get yourself squared away. That, you know, I think one of the sexiest things to a woman is you being squared away. Like, be a good man. If you get a chance, will you do hunting this year? Yeah, probably. I've been thinking about it. I don't have room in my freezer for any meat right now, which is an absolute blessing. And I'm fixing to kill 2 more sheep in, like, what, a week? 1 week? I'm dedicated bachelor now, but never say never. See, there you go. The Father likes to laugh at our plans, so... Need more knife reviews by Hami. They're always great for an awesome laugh. Hey, we just got some Fleming's fabrication knives in. that will be posting at the Bear Independence store in the near future. So if you've ever wanted a bear knife, we have 5 more of them, and there will be, that link will post on Patreon because they'll sell out. They always do. The last, what is 35 minutes?
Yeah.
They sold out last time. So
They're on my desk to pay for. So nothing.
where would you ever find sheep in America? In my front yard, homeboy.
I know they keep all over.
Oh, those knives are solid, bro. They're awesome. They're absolutely awesome. Big cities have a bunch of sheep. Yeah, I've heard there's a major sheep problem in Los Angeles. Just, oh no, that's homeless people. My bad.
That's what was going about earlier, though. Several people have been commenting about how they met, which is awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Some people have also been commenting on various ways of saying they recognized when they were single for a little while how impatient they get.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm.
it's real.
Yeah.
I've heard people refer to it as a season of singleness. Sometimes finding the right one doesn't happen immediately.
Yep.
So just the last thing to add on to this question. Sometimes finding the right one doesn't
Yep.
happen immediately.
Sometimes finding the right one doesn't happen immediately. I have a major sheep problem in North Texas. Just start shooting them and eating them, man. Oh wait, if you're talking about people, I'd say you can find sheep in every major people. Dr. Wilkins, shalom. Don't eat people. Bear Nation, don't eat them. I'm not gonna say don't shoot them. Context is king, but don't eat people. People ain't kosher. Agreed. That was pretty funny right there. I'll tell you what. There we go. Yeah. Compost your enemies. That would be a great shirt, honestly. Zero water good. I don't know what that means. Let's add some more words to that sentence. Bear, what should be the number one question to ask your mentor? I wouldn't. I would shut up and listen to whatever they want to say and learn by doing, standing next to them. Comma. Well, this is something we've been talking about on the upper tiers of Patreon. I would ask them, what do they wish that somebody had told them when they were your age? Like, what do they wish? They could go back and do it all again. What do they wish that they had known then that they know now? Friends don't let friends go to law school. There you go. Bear, reality just hit me. My boy fell and broke his wrist. Without hospital, we'd be screwed. Does the IFAC have a cast kit available? Nope. IFACs do not include casting because it's an individual first aid kit. But you can get stuff for splinting. Who's coming down my driveway? My wife? Oh, she had to go get the other one. Right. You can get stuff for splinting at our store, which is different than casting. Maybe we should look into getting some casting kits. So, Carrie Stennett, shalom. Thank you. Gonna do any more work with Alan Kay and those guys. I really like Such. He's awesome. I like Such too. I like Alan. I've never actually worked with either of them, although I believe they're both part of Survival Dispatch. So, yeah, got some things coming up.
Compost enemies.
Uh-huh.
Plant and
That's funny. James Prestige, bless you. A bear quote, he that hath an ear, let them hear. He that hath a mouth, shut thy mouth and resort to ear. Yeah, sounds about right. What time is it? It's 9 o'clock. School night. I appreciate y'all. I gotta go. Y'all have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out with us. We out. Bless y'all. Shalom.